Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are looking at a brand new route. Well, a sort of a new old route, if that makes sense. As you might be able to tell, we are on the Virtual District Line. Yes, the Virtual District Line. We are at Wimbledon. Now you might be thinking, hey, Virtual District Line doesn't go to Wimbledon? Well, it does now. Yes, when they released the first version, the Virtual District team said that they were going to be doing the Wimbledon branch. So the original version included everything between Ealing Broadway, Richmond, Gloucester Road, High Street Kensington, and Kensington Olympia, that's the one. Oh, and Putney Bridge, sorry. Putney Bridge branch. I keep forgetting that. So that included everything along there. And we were told that we would get that. And lo and behold, well, we already had that, but like, well, we were told that we would get the Wimbledon to Edgware branch as well. And that is what this is. As you can see, we are sitting in a lovely C-Stock train. Let's firstly release the doors. Bring up the HUD, and we'll get going, and then I'll explain some stuff. Right, was it Control-Shift W to unlock the control desk? Oh, sorry, Control-Shift S to unlock the desk. We need some lights. And I want to investigate these lights a bit more, because I'm not convinced they work properly. Oh, no, no, they do, okay, okay. It looked as though the tail lights were on at the back, and the headlights were on at the rear, and that the tail lights didn't work. But apparently that is incorrect. It does work as it should do. Oh, I see. That's interesting. It doesn't seem to... I'm guessing if I do that, it would change around. I'm guessing. Yeah, it changes like that. Okay. Oh, control desk in the middle. Cool. Right. We've got passengers. Put it into open release. And let's get going. And listen to the RPA. Clicking up. It's a nice sound. It's a nice sound. You'll hear it a bit better in a sec when we sort of get up to speed. And the old clock? Yeah, totally. The arcing on the contactors when you put it off. Yeah, see, that's the RPA. RPA, RPM, something like that. No. RPA, I believe it is. That's the RPA clicking into position to give the train the power that it requires. The notch. That's good. Clock. Why do I keep saying clock, honestly? Right. So yes, the Wimbledon branch. This is the Wimbledon branch. That street has no road. Cool. That's nice. Let's take a look at it, because I quite like the scenery. They've done nicely with the vehicles, the plants. I mean, sorry, the foliage, the line side foliage. It's nice that they put all that in. It runs well as well. You've got to give them that. It runs very well. This C-Stock has a brand new sound set to the D-Stock, as you can hear by the whistle. I think the sounds in this actually sound pretty similar to World of Subways Volume 3. So I don't know if they've got an agreement with them to use their sound effects or something. If they have, I don't blame them, because of course you can't actually get the sound effects from a C-Stock at the moment, because they don't exist anymore. One car is left in the museum, but there may be the odd one here and there, but that's about it, to be honest. There's not really a lot left with regards to C-Stocks. Oh, another random click. And another random click. Right, Wimbledon Park is the next stop. Obviously this is all the bit that we've not had before, so it'd be nice to see it. I've driven this a few times, and I've driven this service about 3 times now. You see, I'm doing a quick drive, right? Because I didn't want to sort of show off all the scenarios. I wanted to do this run, but I couldn't find a scenario that only did this run. There's one that does it and back, but I didn't want that. I wanted to do this run. So I thought I'll do a quick drive and then let you guys explore the scenarios. Get the doors released. And so yeah, here we are. So yeah, but yeah, I've recorded this video about 3 times now. This is the 4th time, I believe. It's either the 3rd or the 4th. The first time I wasn't pleased. I wasn't very happy with my commentary. And the second time, I think it is the 3rd. The second time, it didn't actually record, which I'm highly annoyed about because I clicked record and it didn't record it. So, you know, not too pleased. So this video would have been out earlier, but, you know, whatever. And then I had to take a break because I was like, yeah, my throat can't take anymore. Oh, we need to shift L, don't we, for the saloon lights. That's better. That's better. I like the little mind the gap on the platforms as well. But that's a nice addition. I do like that. I mean, it plays at every station, and I'm not entirely sure it would play at every station in real life, but it plays, so you know you can't complain if we've got it there on the stations that need it. Also, for the time period the route's set, I got a feeling that sound recording is too old, but I do like the route masters over there. That's a nice little thing there. Nice little Easter egg. Yeah. I think the sound recording is the old one. I think it should be the updated one, really. But you know, we'll give them it. It's nice to have it there, so we'll take it. So, what was included in the first one, stock-wise? I've obviously spoken about what track was there. Stock-wise, there was a variety of stock beforehand, but there's even more now. I mean, before we were really impressed, but now I think there's actually more stock included in this than has ever been included in any single route ever before. I'm going to stop sort of down this end of the platform. I might try and use that end of that plant pot as my marker because this is a long platform, probably for the National Rail sets. But doors, there's a lot of long platforms along this route, I've noticed. Or this part of the line at least. There's a lot that can fit sort of like a 12-car train, so I mean these look smaller than a regular sort of C1 rated passenger stock in some ways, but yeah, no, they sound very similar to the ones on the World of Subways, so you know. We've got working car numbers on this. The numbers actually do function now. I know the Piccadilly line, they didn't actually display a number. District line, I think they always have. It was D-stock. But yeah, the 73s didn't actually have a number. A couple of Easter eggs with this route as well. They have extended the Piccadilly line to Gloucester Road, so we now have 2 actual tube stations. I might try and do them one day. I won't do them today, but they're looking pretty good. Overall, this route's actually quite a nice drive. It really is. It actually feels very suburban, yet also sort of inner city, which is what the route should feel like in real life. So, you know, they brought that well. I apologise for keep banging crashing my microphone. Do that into the tunnel. I've got an itchy ear, so this is a headset mic. Yeah, I keep crashing it. My mic is in here. Right, click that off. This is the RPA rundown. Brake for the speed limit. So yeah, you had beforehand, you had the battery loco, which we'd seen before, because that was uploaded to UKTS. The battery loco, the 73 stock, the D stock, and oh, the steam engine with a few coaches. We had them. Now, however, we have We have the C stock, we have the D stock, we have the 73 stock. They're all E stocks. We have a standard stock which has been released, similar to the other one. We have a standard stock that's been released before, but it's now included in the download. We have a Bachelor Loco again, and Sarah Siddons, Metropolitan Bobo. There's two of them. There's John Hampton, I believe, and Sarah Siddons. There's two versions of Sarah and one of John. In the wartime grey, well, in the plain grey for when it was apparently a shunting logo. So that's pretty cool. There's a little, where is it? There you go, look. I like this. I like this. I found it earlier. I was like, oh wow, that's quite cool. Little bits that go in. Mind the gap. I love the Doppler on the mind the gap. It makes them for some weird outcomes. That's a funny little thing as well. East Putney, cool. Yeah, there's a few little Easter eggs along like that. That's quite cool. So modelling wise, I can't complain. It's lovely. The models are great. They've sort of, you know, they've looked at it and they've gone and had a look, researched it all properly, and then they've produced the models for them. Texture-wise, however, has always been a one minor concern to me. I don't hate the textures, but they could certainly be a lot better. See, the idea, I think the way to describe it is the idea of the textures there. They've got the detail they want to put in, but it doesn't blend in with the train sim environment. Now, this is a very hard thing to do. I find it myself. Whenever I'm producing my own assets, because you should know I've got my own website and I produce my own assets and scenarios and all that. But with regards to texturing, it's easy to produce a texture, but it's not easy to produce one that looks natural in the TS environment. All stuff usually looks way too bright and stands out. Almost a bit cartoonish, you could describe it. And I think, unfortunately, this route has always suffered with that quite a bit. Can it be improved? Yes, it can. Obviously, better textures would be a good thing for a start. As far as the texturing is concerned, I don't really have a problem with the textures themselves. The thing that would help this route is if it was to be texture baked. That is the one thing. If any of the Virtual District team are listening to this, that is the one thing I would say. Please bake whatever textures you can. Since I started doing it myself, it has made a significant improvement to the overall look of my textures. It honestly, it darkens them for a start. It adds shadow effects, and it just works. I think. So if you look at this, it's a bit pixelated, but you see how you've got dark patches inside here, inside the sign. That is a baked texture because that is just trains. There's no shading on it, and if you have, I find if you have flat faces, which the light sort of shines on, and then you put some sort of indent into it, you don't always see the indent if the texture hasn't been baked. If it's been baked, you can see it. If it's not always visible. And like I say, that is the one thing that I would say needs to be improved significantly about this route. Also, minor thing, there's a weird sort of texture mapping issue going on there on that scene. But yeah, the main gripe I have about this route is the fact that the textures need baking. Now, I understand that there may be some bits that can't be baked. That's fair enough, like due to sort of logistical reasons of making the textures and stuff. I've got a few bits on one of my models that, to be honest, the effort to try and bake it is really not worth it. I would either do it, I'd either be really unsuccessful, or the baking would make the model such a low quality that it's not worth using anyway. Just give it a couple of taps forward. There we go. So yes, some larger objects can't be. But well, for them what I do though is I add sort of a darker layer to it. You do the same sort of thing. I'm not going to bother explaining it because most of the normal people won't get it, or you know, there's no point explaining to people who don't actually model. But sometimes it will just darken the texture, bring it down to a nicer tone. Some of these models do look a bit bright in the environment, and it's really hard to try and get the correct colour in the TS colour palette because it's quite washed out if you look at it. If you make a very bright, colourful texture and then you put it in the game, there's an obvious difference between sort of what you make and what's actually in existence within the environment. Like I say, it's very washed out. So that's the one thing I would say. Now, unfortunately, Backdated Train Sim will probably have me for that, and I need to say this because unfortunately they don't seem to like constructive criticism. I asked about the new EULA because they updated the EULA for this. Fair enough, you know. But one of the things that's always got me about this route is that you can't make reskins at the stop. Now that's fair enough. If they don't want reskins out of it, then you know, fair enough. But the thing that's always confused me is how can you make a EULA on a free product if you're not buying the product and there's no financial incentive to it? I just would like to know how you can create a legal requirement or a sort of a legal contract on that item. Now I'm obviously not going to go and just start making reskins here, left, right and centre. I'm going to follow what they say. But I would like to know if it's actually possible, because I'm not entirely convinced. But my problem isn't with the fact that they have a EULA and that you can't do it. My problem is with the appalling attitude of the comment I got back from Backdated Train Sim after I asked about it. Now I can't remember exactly what it said, nor do I want to remember exactly what it said. But they were very nasty and immature about the reply. Luckily, I got a decent reply back from one of the guys from the virtual district line community. So thank you for that. You've redeemed yourself. But, well, you didn't have anything to redeem. But unfortunately, whoever it is that runs Backdated Train Sim doesn't seem particularly friendly or up to constructive criticism. Now, we've got to remember, first and foremost, this is a free product. People have given up their time and effort in order to make this for the community. People have had an idea and they've said, yes, I want to make that, I want to release it, and we're going to put our time and effort in. And I have full respect to anybody who does that. I do it myself. I know exactly what goes into making some stuff. And honestly, you would be surprised the amount of work that goes into this. I have especially respect for freeware developers. But unfortunately, when they're going to backchat me and be nasty about it, then I lose all my respect for them. Now, like I say, the Virtual District team have done nothing wrong, so I still have full respect for them. Backdated Train Sim, however, I am not too keen on right now. Two battery locos. Yes, they appear to have done a numbering thing for the battery loco, which I'm very, very pleased about. These are all done by Richard Scott, aren't they? Pretty sure. R. Scott he comes up as, so I'm pretty sure his name is Richard. But yeah, he does a very good job on the trains. But yeah, no, please feel free to make your own judgments on trains. So I don't want to sway anybody if you have a view on them. Feel free to keep that view. I'm not just saying, oh, don't use Backdated Train, because I like their products. That's the thing. I've always liked what they've done. It's just unfortunate that they don't seem to be very forthcoming with, well, not forthcoming, sorry, but very nice about constructive criticism. So, yeah, I've got nothing more to say on the matter, really, to be honest. Just be careful if you're trying to give constructive criticism to Backdated Train Sim himself. Like I say, Virtual District 19, not a problem. They had nothing to do with it, and I got a reply from somebody who gave me a genuine, mature response that answered my question. And while Backdated Train Sim did answer my question in some ways, he was completely rude and disrespectful over the answer, which is just wrong, in my opinion. No matter how good you are with your products, it doesn't make you above the rest of the community. We are one in this game, and we should stay as one. Without the support of the community, your products will not be successful. Without the community supporting you, you will not be able to be successful, sort of thing, you know? It's all about success and wanting to do good for the community, sort of thing. Like I say, full respects to anybody who gives up their own free time and their own free will to actually produce something for free in the community. I mean, payware, sure, yes, but they have certain standards to keep. But there are lesser standards for sort of the freeware community. So, which is why I accept the fact that the textures aren't baked. I mean, it would be a lot nicer if they were baked, but I can accept the fact, due to it being freeware, that they're not baked. If it was payware, I would probably have a bit of an issue with it, because, you know, you're paying a certain amount of money, you've got a certain sort of thing that you've got to keep from the consumer. But if you're doing something for free, out of your own goodwill, then, you know, do it how you want to. It's just a suggestion over my front. But if you're a freeware developer, don't slag off your community, for God's sake. That is the worst thing you can do. The one thing I do like, though, is that there is now a installer, self-installer, for this route. Before, it was a bit of a mess, the installer. You couldn't really... Well, there wasn't an installer. You had to sort of copy a load of files, and it was a really complex process. And then there was a patch because the Isle of Wight track didn't work as it should have, and it was messy. But now, I had no problems with this whatsoever. It just installed straight over, it overwrit my old route, and it appears as though all my scenarios that were made prior to this being released are still intact and still operational. I haven't tested them yet, I need to, but, you know, from what I can see, it's alright. There may be bits you need to fix here and there, that's quite possible, but on the most part, they still exist and they still appear as though they're going to work. So, top marks to you guys, well done. I'm very pleased about that. And like I say, the modelling makes it though. The modelling makes it. And the features of these trains, honestly. Richard Scott is such a talented person. He does excellent work with these things. And, you know, what's that? What does that say? I want to know where he's going. I want to know, where are you going? Edgware Road, okay. You're going on the circle line, I guess. Your lights are off. You need to turn your lights on, mate. Passengers are going to get scared of the dark. Actually, hang on, wait. Does it go actually on... Oh no, it doesn't actually go underground. It's just pretend underground, if you will. That's a bit weird. They've obviously used the Adatex for, Adatex shader for the roundels. For the roundels, because they're glowing. They probably shouldn't glow, but, you know, whatever. yeah, on the most part, if we disregard my constructive criticism on the well, I hope it came across constructive at least. That's what I was intending it to sound. If it didn't, then I apologise. But yeah, if we disregard that, I have no problems with this route. The modelling is great. The trains are great. The route feels great. You know, it's just so nice to have London Underground on the game. It's something that we need. And also the fact that we now got C stock, we can potentially use this as AI over at sort of West Ham. Not West Ham. Where am I thinking? On the Goblin line. Barking. We can use it as Hammersmith and City AI. Barking, can't we? So that would be pretty cool. I can't wait to see some people using it for that. And of course now we have the S-Stock. There is actually a scenario for this route with the S-Stock. And you see we got the markers. This it would have been nice to have seen a reskin for an S8 an S7 marker, sorry, rather than an S8. But it's nice that they're there anyway, to give the impression. And I like that everything's been re-signalled. And the track actually, the track's just trains. If you're wondering. It's just trains 3D track. I don't mind that, to be honest. I think it looks alright. Yeah, I'm extremely pleased they've re-signalled the route to use the just trains London Underground signals. It was something that needed to happen. It was alright using the Kuju ones, but these are 100% better. 100% better. It's such a fun drive as well, this train. This train's great to drive. And the D-Stock. And and the 70. Everything is great to drive in this. So responsive and quick and easy, and you know, I love it. I love it. This thing puts a smile on my face. It really does. Maybe a bit dark, this station. Possibly could do with a few more lights. But at the same time, lights can make stuff laggy, so you can also forgive them for as far as performance goes. Right, there we go. Yeah, I've had a bit of a day of disasters as far as train sim's concerned, certainly. I've had a scenario crash on me and I've lost a load of work on that. I think it crashed earlier on me for some reason, on something. The recording hasn't worked about 2 or 3 times. Oh, and on a side note, oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Train Sim, or DCG have announced Train Simulator 2020 on the 16th of September, which is ironic because earlier I accidentally called it Train Simulator 2020 instead of 2019, but you know, so be it. But yeah, no, apparently they're putting the Southampton to Bournemouth route in it. Okay, is that got anything to do with the fact that it's only really the only, or it's almost at least, if not the only UK route that's been released this year? Any coincidence there? Seems a bit short really for a Train Sim base game route, but you know, okay. Same trains as last year, minus the 455. To be honest, I think you're getting a better deal if you buy it now than buy it then, because you'll get the free upgrade anyway. If you're a new owner, buy it now, because you don't want to wait and get the London Bournemouth route. It's a pretty route. You want the London Bournemouth route, but you don't want the deal that they're doing it in. It'd be a much better route. It might be a much better value for money to get it now. When you get like double, if not sort of more than double the track, and you get an extra train. Well, I mean, I guess you get the Peppercorn, the steam engine, but how often are you going to use that? If you like steam, then sure, do whatever, but if you've only got one route to drive it down, it seems a bit pointless, really. At least the Waterloo route has quite a few different sort of journeys you can do. There's a few services. Oh, and they put Paddington in as well. There, I didn't show you the route map, did I? This is the current route map. So we've got Ealing Broadway up here. We've got Acton Town there. Richmond there. We are speeding. Wimbledon down there. Earls Court there. Sort of. What we got? Hammersmith there. Kensington Olympia there. Gloucester Road. This is the Piccadilly line. That's what I was saying about. We'll show that off another time. And then Edgware Road up here. Like I say, Paddington's there, but it's AI, or it's not drivable to. I don't think they never intended it to be drivable. It's not got a really custom model, and it looks a bit odd, to be frankly honest. Let's stop the train there, and that's the end of the quick drive. I hope you enjoyed this first look at the virtual district line. That looked lovely. We got the sidings here as well, so they've obviously gone for a sort of an older style look to the route. Because these sidings I don't think exist. I think one of them does, but I don't think the other one does. So, but yeah, top marks to you guys. Well done. You've done brilliant work with this route. It's really nice to finally have it, and we can drive it. There you go, signage and everything. District line bells, cool. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll ignore that. We'll let them off for that. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the look. Tell me what you think about this route in the comments. I like it. Like I say, the only thing I've got to say really is that the textures could do with baking. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.